The United Kingdom have jailed another journalist. His name is Craig Murray, and he's now the first person incarcerated in the UK for over 50 years over a media contempt case for something called jigsaw identification of a witness. It relates to his reporting during the Alex Salmond trial. You may remember the former SNP First Minister was accused of sexual assault a couple of years ago, but cleared on all charges. The prosecution successfully argued that through Craig's writings at the time and other information that was in the public domain, people could piece together who the person was that, or at least one of the people was, that accused Alex Salmond of sexual assault. Nothing Craig published on his blog was untrue, and nothing he published wasn't already elsewhere in the public domain. No other journalists who published any of that same information were charged with this jigsaw information, so you might ask, what's so special about Craig? Well, to that I'd say, Craig Murray is very good friends with Julian Assange, met him in the embassy many times, was recorded illegally by UCI Global in Spain on behalf of the CIA in all his conversations with Julian, and freely admits that he met the person who gave WikiLeaks the DNC files. So much for the Russian hack of the DNC, eh? I'm sure none of that mattered though, and Craig deserved every minute of the 8-month prison sentence that he's going to have to serve. This is all extremely worrying for journalism and free speech in the UK. It's extremely Kafkaesque. It points to something rotten being right at the centre of the Scottish government and points to obvious corruption within the United Kingdom establishment, if you ask me. Despite all this, Craig is in high spirits though, thankfully. And in his latest blog post, he points out two things which he'd like to highlight. First of all, Lady Dorian, who sentenced him to 8 months. Well, she's actually presiding over a case which would mean the imminent abolition of jury trials in sexual assault cases by the Scottish Government, which is key. As far as I'm concerned, that's a clear conflict of interest in this case. But also, because of her judgment in this case, Lady Dorian has now enshrined in law bloggers should be held to a different and by implication higher standard in law than mainstream journalists. Just think about that. As far as I'm concerned, this is yet another case of a journalist being punished by power for publishing the truth about them, and it stinks.